My heart feels no pain, my soul feels no shame. Crucify the lame and the ones with no game. They bring it and they swing it and it makes me laugh. So I unleash the wrath of a lyrical bloodbath. Fear in their eyes, ignorance or wise. How behind the lies to escape the prophesied. Man of mayhem, Mark the madman, putting out the lights of the scam. I am you.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of the Movie Dump Podcast,
where we ask the questions that are relative to my vacation, such as when the snow melts, where does all the white go?
Scott's back.
Yes.
No, I'm not. This is just updated Auto Scott 3.5. Please insert movie.
Yes, we skipped from 1.5 to 3.5.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Why not? It's good to have you back, Scott. How was your vacation?
It was action-packed, and it was what I like to call sort of... The best way to describe it is redneck Vegas.
That's good.
Yep.
That's a good vacation.
So that's about the only way I can... yeah.
Really? Okay.
It involves security guards, cops, booze, guns, old strip mining equipment, and a variety of other fun-filled things that you normally don't do. So,
Scott, was there zombies involved in your vacation?
Yeah, were there any zombies?
Well, the cat maybe. Well, what I should say is, when aren't there zombies involved in Illinois? It's just a bunch of farmers roaming around in fields in a stupor, right? Right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yes.
I think I'm in a coma for this thing, because
I just want to say I hate this movie.
Yes,
I didn't think we would do it so soon.
Yes, I wanted to point out that the last movie that we did before Scott went on vacation was a Uwe Boll film. Uwe Boll. We're not going to go through this again. I will pronounce it the way I fucking want to.
He did work hard for the degree.
He didn't get a damn degree.
Dr. Uwe Boll.
Dr. Uwe Boll.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
And now that Scott is back, we are doing another Dr. Uwe Boll film.
Yeah.
It is the 2003 adaptation of the old video game House of the Dead.
Yep, that's about all you can say about it, too.
That description was as mangled up as the story was.
Can I say something about our audio setup that we're doing, that we're recording?
Why?
We're doing it because nobody can see us doing this, so I want to explain how we're doing a different miking setup this time. So
yeah, we're testing out new mics.
Yeah, we've got the mic that we usually use, and then we got the new mic across the table from us. So it's Ben and me on one mic setup, running into one computer, and then Scott is sitting across the table with another mic. So it feels like Ben, you and I. It kind of feels like we're gonna fire Scott.
Yeah, we're sitting on the opposite side of the table.
I'm sorry, guys.
Scott's been away for so long, so you did a no call no show, Scott, 3 times in a row. What the fuck? Well, should we just dive into this movie and just get it the fuck over with?
I might as well.
Yes. Fuck you guys. I'm pissed off at both of you because I wanted to go see True Grit. And no, you guys made me watch this shit.
Well, we had a duty to do. We have fans out there that are waiting for us to watch shitty films. And True Grit is not a shitty film.
I don't care. I wanted to go see True Grit in the theater.
We'll go see it later.
I agree with Ben. I mean, I have so many fans out there just waiting for my triumphant return. I was gone almost a month from the movie dump, man. Come on.
Well, let's see. Scott, you were out. You weren't listening to the podcast, so our fan base went down to 2.
I'm sorry.
Because it was just me and Ben sitting there listening to the podcast, and you weren't anywhere near around. So.
Yeah, instead of 3 fans that we normally have. Yeah.
So, to be fair, since you left, that means our listenership dropped by 35%. I don't.
You don't do math.
33.333, etc., etc.
By pi. It dropped by pi.
We dropped a third of our audience.
Yeah, our market share has dropped.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell.
And this is why we review movies and aren't mathematicians.
I feel like I'm in such a coma. I don't even know what the hell's going on or what
you're in shitty movie coma.
Yeah, it's like I'm going right now. I have like a post-traumatic stress syndrome from watching this movie.
Yeah, you're very numb. Almost.
I don't know.
You were you procrastinated so much tonight.
I'm out of it. I don't.
You
didn't. Talk about
you did not want to do this.
I don't
it's almost like you
movie.
didn't want to watch it.
I am on.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to watch this glorious masterpiece of
I'm not on
cinematic history?
I'm not on shitty movie overload. I'm on Uwe Boverload.
Dr.
Uwe Boverload.
Yes, if you're going to correct me, I'm going to correct you, good sir.
He did work hard for the degree.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, Scott, since you are back, you have relinquished the duties of reading the synopsis of these wonderful films.
Hooray, it's synopsis time. Everybody
Yes.
loves synopsis.
Yes.
Is. All right, so...
Synopsis.
Synopsis is...
Synopsis.
Synapses.
What happened to the damn film?
Okay, all right. So anyway, for you who are not familiar with the House of the Dead movie, at least, in a nutshell, it's basically a group of teens arrive on an island for a rave, only to discover the island has been taken over by horrible zombies. Whoa! All right, so the group takes refuge in a house where they try to survive the night. And that's it.
The end.
Nick Brown synopsis?
Nick Brown
Go
synopsis.
ahead with your Nick Brown synopsis.
Shitty zombies.
Yeah, I mean, two zombies that they kill
it.
over and over again.
Yeah,
zombies.
yeah. There was one scene in the movie where
These weren't zombies.
they weren't zombies. They were.
You know what these zombies reminded me of?
It reminded me of Power Ranger outfits.
I was about to say, yeah. I was about to say that.
That's
It
what it
was
looked
like
like.
Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Like
what
there
was-
was the Putty Patrol.
Yeah, putty men or putty
It was
guys.
that, and if anybody, it's kind of ironic. This was a movie that was made by Sega or sponsored by Sega. It was a
Sponsored by
Uwe
Sega.
Boll movie, but
was it sponsored by? I mean, they did have a big, huge Sega banner during the rave scene.
I think during the opening credits there was something about Sega in here, but it was really funny if you look back at Sega. Back when the Sega CD came out, there was this game called Night Trap. And it was a really shitty game, but it was like the live action game, and they had vampires that were in it. But these vampires kind of looked like they were like dressed up in like trash bags almost, and they just kind of walked around like they were hunchbacked, and they were just like ooh. And these zombies really reminded me of that.
So they reminded you of trash bag
Vampires. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Why not?
Fair enough.
Well, let's start off with the history of
Can we
this.
just end the podcast now?
No, why not? You want to go watch True Grit?
Let's go watch True Grit.
I gotta cleanse the palate.
Yes, The House of the Dead, like all of Uwe Boll's films so far, it was based off of a video game that Sega produced. It was like mid '90s.
It was 93, I think.
Was it not? No. It was like
no.
'96.
2003.
Was in the movie.
The movie came out in 2003.
Yeah,
the game
was
was like '96 or
95, 96.
95, 96.
I remember seeing it in the arcade. It was.
Yeah, it was
It's one of those light gun arcade games.
It's a rail shooter. That's what it is.
an arcade pew pew.
Yeah, pew 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 pew.
Yeah,
It's all about building up the forearm muscles.
Yeah.
Trigger over and over and over again for 45
Which
minutes.
apparently in one of the behind the scenes featurettes on the DVD, it showed the women of this movie getting training on zombie hunting, which pretty much just entitled what it was them playing the fucking arcade game. That's what it was.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood or in like weird like shitty movie coma. But when you said that, you're like the behind the scenes. It showed the women of this movie, and you paused there for a second. I thought you were gonna be like raped and murdered. It was well, I don't know. Uwe
My
Boll's
Putty
German.
Patrol zombies.
Yeah.
It could have been. I don't know. It could have been a snuff film. German snuff film.
Going back, and I was
Really fucking sucked, man.
You're like you have taken my role from the last Uwe Boll review.
Man.
You're the one that's pissed off. I actually because since Scott was on vacation still, and it was his choice in movie. Way to go, fucking Scott.
Shut up, Ben.
I had to go and find the movie for him, and I started doing research on it because I was like, you know what. this fucking Uwe Boll. I want to actually be prepared. I want to know as much as I can about this, so I have at least something to talk about and not be just pissed off the whole entire time.
Look, I was perfectly happy just sitting there on my vacation when all of a sudden I get this nice little text message. Bing! What movie do you want to choose? And I'm like, I don't want to think about shitty movies while I'm here enjoying myself with a beer and, my friends. So I'm like,
oh, whoa. We're chopped liver over here? Fuck you.
You're the ones making me do this podcast every time freaking week.
Oh, you just wait. I'm going to be out of town in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
all right. Okay, fair is
I got
fair.
to pick
All
one
right.
while I'm out of town. I'm going to pay you
Okay,
guys
all
back.
right. Fair is fair.
Yes, but going through
What's funny is like Ben, you did like research in all this, and you show up in the studio with like a fucking dissertation on House of the Dead.
here's my thesis on
Every
House of
little
the Dead.
fun fact. He wrote his doctorate paper on the
Yes.
Yeah, right.
House
You're
of the Dead.
now Dr. Ben Johnson instead of Dr. Uwe Boll.
It's an impressive list. Ben, read fact number 5.
Fact number 5. In 2009, Time Magazine listed it as on their top 10 list of worst video game movies.
All right.
So
That's got to be really bad to be like top on that list.
Yes,
of,
yes.
Of worst video game movies. 'Cause
Yes.
video game movies in general are usually pretty fucking poor.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Reviews were so bad that Danish cinemas refused to buy the film.
Well, good for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Why did more people do that?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, Danish cinema goers are a little bit more educated and
They're all fucking
highbrow
watching
than
Metropolis
we are.
and I don't know, Amelie or something.
Yes.
Those are like the two. Whenever
Those are like
you
the two
good movie,
foreign films that you could think of?
Metropolis and Amelie. Yeah,
You couldn't
there
think of
we
like
go,
Man
that's
Bites Dog or
it.
M.
No,
Nothing?
nothing of any of them.
Nothing?
Nope.
No
Pan's
Sratu?
Labyrinth.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Those are all made in Jersey.
Okay.
All right,
Moving
well,
along. Moving along.
Now that Jersey is established as a separate country.
Yeah. Recently, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes, this movie, pretty much what it is. I think Scott read it in the synopsis. I honestly was kind of zoning out, wasn't paying attention to it. Kids go off to some island for a rave and get
That
massacred
was the
by zombies.
shittiest fucking rave in this goddamn movie.
Yeah, it
also.
was. That was not a rave. That was just a beach party.
There's so many things wrong with this rave. One, no drug usage. I
Yeah.
didn't see any drugs at all. Barely drank a beer. It was during the day. Everybody was dressed like they were a Sega character with bright colors and like there's a chick dressed up like an Asian chick dressed up in like an American flag, and you can tell this was a rave that a Japanese corporation would come
it's
up
called-
with and put in a video game.
It's
Yeah.
called the box of Skittles threw up all over.
Yeah, that's
itself.
good. That's a good
Yeah,
explanation
His
for it.
statement.
Yes.
This was fairly accurate for, I'm pretty sure, what they would make a party scene in a Sega video game look like.
I guess. Yeah. This wasn't this wasn't a straight up.
You know what else sucked about that rave?
Why?
Besides
Keep
the-
going on with the rave. I'm trying to move this damn thing
Besides
along.
the fact it was a giant pile of monkey fuck. Huge pile. I looked at it and it was pile monkey fuck.
God, Scott, I am glad you're back.
There's a fucking rave there, and when you go to a rave, you're gonna see like some grinding or something, or fucking people getting smacked on the ass doing lines of coke and sending them on their way.
That worked.
Bringing it back.
That worked in the
Bringing it
last
back.
one.
That's called a Mexican conga line.
But all the people that are dancing during the daylight here, they're not even really, they're just flopping their arms around. It's the type of shitty stuff you'll see in like a Disney film.
But there was a lot of titties.
There was.
The beginning of the movie, there was a lot of titties.
Yeah, there was a lot.
There
of
was
boob in
one
this.
girl. I think wasn't her credit at the end, wasn't it?
It was like the girl who flashed.
Yeah,
or something
flashing
like that.
girl or Titty
Yeah.
McGee or something like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of boobs in this.
Yeah,
which
there
I'll
was.
give Dr. Uwe Boll some credit for that one. So thank you, sir.
Yes.
That brings up a point I have. I think that Dr. Uwe Boll has got to be independently wealthy to keep getting this stuff out here.
I think we covered it in one of the sound bites and when we went and reviewed Postal. It's
Yeah.
all funded by Nazi gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
all
that's
right.
what it is.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Who did that?
What?
What?
Someone farted.
Not me.
I burped.
Oh, that's what that
Oh.
was.
Yeah. You can cut that out.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that burger that's coming back.
So this movie really isn't a straight up adaptation of the video game. It's somewhat of a prequel, even though some of the characters don't really add up.
I remember playing the video game, but I don't remember any story of the game at all. I just remember pew pew pew, like that's all I remember, and I don't remember story of the game at all. I figure it was a house and there was dead people.
Well,
in the house.
And
in the game
you had to rescue people. I know that.
Yeah.
That's about the only part. I didn't get real far in it.
And
I was a Carnival guy. Come on, Carnival was awesome.
In my research on this, I actually found like what the story of the game was supposed to be, and you play as two agents, like special agents. There's one, Thomas Rajan, and G. I don't know why. I guess they got lazy and just couldn't think of a second name, so they just called him G. And apparently, these two characters were supposed to be the characters at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert: the ones that come down in the helicopter and get out, and the ones in the trench coat. Those are supposed to be the characters that you play in the video game.
Gotcha. And then all the kids from the rave were maybe the people. Well, no, everybody fucking died. So,
but that doesn't make sense because. Unless they went to a different place because they blew up the House of the Dead. In the movie.
Exactly.
Tiny House of the Dead.
And the antagonists in the movie and the antagonists in the game are two different characters, but they both did the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the antagonist in the movie was who?
The antagonist in the movie was
the Emperor.
Yeah, the guy he straight up did look like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess
he didn't even have any speaking lines. He didn't know what he was doing because he's just lurking behind the trees, going good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
join the dark side of the Force.
Yeah, you didn't see him until like right at the end of the movie. He just kind of shows up and he's like, "Ha ha! I'm." Been working on trying to make myself immortal all this time. Some fucking spanner. And the worst fucking line in the movie. The worst fucking line in the movie at the end when our
shall we soundbite it?
You know, I want to fucking soundbite. But this is the worst fucking movie.
Line.
No, this is the worst fucking movie. But yeah, this is the worst fucking movie line in this. Fucking soundbite it.
Soundbite.
Creature, you created it all so you could be immortal. Why? To live forever.
I suppose that's a pretty fucking good reason to want to become.
That would be the only reason.
I'm gonna apply this logic like to everything. Like I'm gonna go around and just like punch a baby in the face, and they'll be like, "Nick, why did you do that?" And I'll be like, "So I could punch him in the face."
Yeah,
I am eating because I am hungry.
It's just that question right there is like, why did you do all this to become immortal? So he can be immortal,
like
so he doesn't die, so he can live forever. Why?
Well, I knew you were coming, so I just wanted to be here.
I've been waiting for you, Rudy, this whole time.
Maybe he just wanted to be friends,
Yeah,
everybody show up, and he wanted to hang out and play.
You know what it was? I think it was when he was a kid. His mom never threw him birthday parties, and this was his way to always have a birthday party.
Maybe
he invites people to have this super retarded rave, and turns them into zombies, and they all party forever.
Ben, I told you before, it's not a race, it's a giant pile of monkey fuck.
All I'm thinking is like it's that whole of mice and men thing where Lester's petting the girl, and he's like, "I'll never hurt you. You're a pretty girl. Never pet your fur the wrong way," and it just snaps his neck. Or her neck, and I'm equating that to the main villain in this.
So the main villain is George.
He's just like, George. That's and he's, the main villain here. He's like, I want to have a party. Everyone's going to have fun, and I'm going to have the best party. Oh, it's dead. It's like, oh no,
everybody's getting laid except for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back home to my friends of all these undead people now.
I actually pulled the film taglines. I only have a couple of film taglines, but I thought these were the cream of the crop. Yeah. I thought for this movie. All right. Here's one. I'll give you one. The dead walk, you run.
I would run away from this movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Yes.
That
yes.
was tricky.
All right, here's
And
another one.
clever.
Here's another one. The game has just begun.
Ooh, play on words.
And?
Sort of.
And?
Not really.
Is there anything else?
No,
Or just
that was the end of
has
that.
Just begun?
That was the end of that tagline.
I guess.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Are you dead or alive?
Whoa, deep thought by Uwe Boll.
Ooh, okay. I kind of sort of get that one because there was the House of the Dead, and then there was that game Dead or Alive. So,
But they don't.
That doesn't
they
make
don't
any
go
sense.
together.
well, nothing fucking went together in this. So
Okay.
who gives
All right,
a
all right.
flying ball sack?
All right, and here's the last one that I picked. The coup de grace of the whole litter here. Humans versus zombies. Whose side are you on?
Humans. Like, duh.
I don't even have words to express how dumb that one was.
Yeah, this is just really
Could you imagine, like, say, the second Aliens movies or something like that?
Aliens
Humans
versus-
aliens.
yeah.
Which side are you on? Durr.
well, it's like the aliens versus predators, like aliens versus predator. Humans will lose or something like that, or no matter what side you're on, humans will lose or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Mosquitoes versus humans. Which side are you on? I don't know.
I'm not
Gee,
sure.
I don't know.
I'm a conservationist, but I really hate those things. Man, what am I gonna do?
Whose side are you on? The
we take a
Nazis or puppies? Well, like, what, puppies?
The puppies are evil.
Are they Nazi puppies?
Well, they're cuddly?
Yeah. Yes. And I know Scott was keeping a tally of this, but for some damn reason, just to drive it home that this was based off of a video game, they used video game footage.
That was dumb.
Yes, they use actual video clips from the original game as transitions and I guess spots where they didn't have anything to get you from point A to point B.
I have a special
Yeah.
soundbite for this.
Well,
Do you?
special soundbite?
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Here we go.
So now we're playing.
All right, so I watched this movie once before, and what it really was one of the things that really ticked me off. There really were only two things that ticked me off about this movie in a major, serious way that just incites massive amounts of rage, and that's the stupid video game transitions, which in this movie there are 32 of them. 32 video game transitions.
That's a lot. In a row?
Seriously. Well, it's like there's 7 in the beginning, and then the last like 20 minutes or so, they
Yeah.
throw like another 28 or something.
Yeah, it was that last battle.
Fucking
They just threw
stupid.
it. They threw him in there, and they started using like the death transition.
Yeah.
That was pretty stupid because at the end and you're playing House of the Dead, if your character dies, it does a little camera spin around your character.
But they're laying on the ground and they do the little spin thing. They
Yeah.
aren't standing up in a gun position.
And
It's
the
even
camera
stupider because
goes
these
red.
stupid goddamn weren't even consistent with the crappy things.
I think that's probably the least of his worries. I mean, there were so many problems with this. The fucking boat scene. It's raining outside and
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear me correctly. Captain Kirk.
Kirk.
Oh yeah, it was
Kirk.
Kirk. I forgot about that. His name was Kirk.
Kirk. Yes.
captain was
yes.
Kirk.
And throwing back at the beginning of the
Oh
movie.
yeah, I got a soundbite.
Do you have it?
Are
Oh,
you
you-
talking about the Kirk and Spock thing?
Oh.
I just gave it away, but here you go, soundbite.
And be mighty persuasive if you want to be Mr.
Cruz, Simon Cruz, and you are?
Kirk's the name.
What was that? Captain Kirk? Does it make him Mr. Spock?
I don't like no Captain Kirk jokes. Let's shove off.
Kirk and Spock.
Yeah, back like when one of the characters, Greg, who's supposed to I guess be the smartass or whatever, when he first meets Captain Kirk, he does the whole
comic relief armed with a grenade.
That's what he was labeled as, comic relief armed with a grenade. He makes a little comment of, "Oh, who's the U-boat captain?" Which is kind of funny because the same character that played Captain Kirk played the captain in Das Boot, which I thought was kind of
He did.
funny. Yes, he did.
Oh, that's sort of good.
That's kind of. I was like, way to go, bravo, you.
One of these
Uwe Boll.
One of these movies is not like the other.
Well, you know what? There were the best part of this film, I think, was where the best part of this film was at the very beginning when the little like ship deckhand kind of pops out of nowhere, and you look at him and you're like, is that Clint Howard?
Oh,
It's fucking Clint Howard. You're
Good
like,
old
what's
Clint
he
Howard.
doing in this damn movie?
yeah, Ron Howard had nothing to do with this. How did he get the job?
Yeah, right.
Well, apparently anyone can get a job on Uwe Boll, and Uwe Boll will just take whoever he can.
But also, what's kind of funny about it too, like, is there's this one when you first see him, he kind of pops out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's got this little hook for a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it, he's like, "Yeah, Clint Howard has a hook for his hand," and then he puts the hook down, and you see he has a regular hand. You're like, that was clever. Kinda.
Yeah,
That was
if you
funny.
want a visual of his character in this movie, especially in
I
that
don't
scene,
think I laughed at all in this movie, except for maybe I almost got a laugh at that.
I got a
Yeah.
couple laughs here and there.
Yeah.
If you want a visual of his character in this movie in that scene, just think of the killer, and I know what you did last summer, but
Yeah.
give it to Clint
Lame,
Howard.
except for
And it's a yellow.
Yeah,
poncho.
it's a yellow poncho instead of the black slicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he looked like.
yeah, pretty much.
This movie was really easy to, like, if you're going to do a riff track or something like that, it's really easy to do a riff track to this movie because there's so much just stupid shit.
Yeah.
There's, like, the one part, some chick, like, walks down in the water, and the way she's walking into the water, she's walking like she's, like fucking She-Hulk or something.
I am going to beat the shit out of this water.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, what the
It
fuck?
was asking for it.
Yeah, it's really bad. And every zombie in this, or
All three zombies or whatever they had.
yeah, there was one scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there.
There's
Ben
one
was going ballistic.
I'm
on
like,
those
what the fuck?
Yeah.
The same zombie, like Captain Kirk,
Captain Kirk is on the boat.
which calls back to what I started talking about before.
Captain Kirk is on a boat, and
Yes.
these zombies are climbing up the side of the boat. And
Captain Kirk is on a boat.
Yeah,
Why is he on a boat?
He's making love to the boat.
Soundbite.
Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain?
Yes.
That's such a great soundbite.
That's perfect.
But yeah, Captain Kirk is on a boat.
Why is he on a boat? We're not going past this part.
Yeah.
Yes, Captain Kirk is on his boat.
So Captain Kirk is on a boat, and these zombies are climbing onto the boat, and it's very almost like it's very poor man's Pirates of the Caribbean. You know the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he shoots a zombie.
I think the porn pirates had way better budget than this.
Probably
And costuming and special
Probably
effects.
made more money than this.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And it was filmed in Tampa
But,
or St. Petersburg or
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Somewhere. No,
It was filmed
on a
somewhere.
boat.
That's not the important part about that movie.
Yeah.
But the zombies are climbing on the side of the boat, and Captain Kirk shoots a zombie off the side of a boat, and then another zombie climbs up the backside, and it's the same fucking guy.
zombie. Yeah.
They didn't even change it.
And he did it over and
Yeah, and he
over and
kills
over
that
and over
zombie.
and over. And I know that some of you out there are probably gonna say, "Oh well, you have to shoot the zombie in the head."
No, this is fucking zombie is clear on the other side of the boat. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
he's
right
he's
after
on the
he
other
shoots
side of the boat, or he's already up on the boat when the other one's laying in the water.
That was a clean headshot
And he
on him.
kept shooting him in the head, shooting him in the head. They just kept using the same fucking
Yeah.
zombie guy.
Even the same footage at one point. Like
Yeah,
they,
it was
they
the same-
cycled the climbing out of the water thing at least twice. I
Yeah,
remember.
and they would flip the image, and that's it. I
Yeah.
mean, it was shitty. And one of the other things I have this down is it is a waterproof boat because apparently while it was raining, you see the water in front of. It looked like they had the rain machine set up in front of the boat, but there was no water hitting the boat or hitting Captain Kirk while he's on there lighting his fucking cigar. He had no water on him whatsoever.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, come on. At least add some sprinkle to give it like that the depth in there.
Yeah.
You can just tell that the water's just.
There was a
right
lot
in
of
front
visual stupid stuff going on in this film. I think that and the other thing that really got me was, if you know anything about like kind of movie knowledge or lighting at all, there's certain techniques you use to light during the night. And
Yes, the majority of this was shot at night, and it did not look like it.
they lit that shit up like fucking New Year's Eve, man. That shit was, there was blue gels like every fucking where on this.
Yes.
Like, it was just, the lighting fucking was
It wasn't
nuts.
even that. It was just the fact that, there was such jarring transition between something that was perfectly lit, even though it was inappropriately lit, and then just utter shit. Like, they didn't even try to light it and just was grainy.
Yeah, it looked like what he did was he went out and he like sent a second unit out to get some pickup shots, and they didn't have a lot of lighting or anything. They just picked up. They just went and did it. And the editor or what was the intern's credit?
No, it was something like student
editor ball liquors or
it was like student assistant trainer editor.
Yeah, it was some like really retarded name for editor. Fluffer. It was a fluffer. He just went in there and was like, I know how I can make this lit better, and just bumped up the brightness and just really washed it out.
Yep.
And that's what you have in there. So you'll have stuff that is perfectly lit with the very safe 3-point lighting setup, and then a very washed out clip right after it. So it was jarring that way, and then also just that the camera work there, besides the fight sequence, there really wasn't that like good of camera work. It was very static shots.
Yeah, I mean,
there were a lot of static shots. I think the most creative that he did was he did a dolly shot here and there, and he did the where the camera was like mounted onto the front of the actors, filming their face, which I don't even think it was really mounted on. It looked like they were just holding it. It didn't look like a real mount.
That was another thing that really bugged. I mean, besides the mountains of other crap that really pissed me off about this movie, is the fact that it's like in this movie they found like 2 really awesome shots and did it over
the little
and
spinning
over.
around.
The spinning
that I
thing
noticed.
and the freaking flying on the helicopter over the boat.
Yeah, I'm like,
they did so many of those shots. You're like, all right, okay.
It's like he
did
saw
it. It looked cool the first time. It looked cool the second time. But now we're on the 7, 8, 10.
Yes.
God.
Well, it's like he saw the Matrix and saw a little camera spinning around tricking the Matrix. He's like, I could do that for my movie House of the Dead. So he did it for like 16 fucking scenes out of this.
But Uwe Boll, you're a great guy, because otherw's you could knock my lights out.
Yeah, I can see him.
To him. Don't pander to him.
I can see him watching the premiere of the movie, and he's got everybody in there, just kind of, they're all looking all completely fucking bored watching this film. He's like sitting in the middle of the crowd, and he's that guy. He's like the drunken frat boy, and he's the guy. There's some guy totally bored sitting next to him. He's like grabbing his shoulder. He's like, "Oh, look at that! Look this scene. This next scene coming up. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Look at the camera spinning around. Oh my god!" And everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up, Uwe Boll."
This zombie is going to go and vomit the stomach acid onto his face, and it's going to rot.
To be fair, I like the zombie that spit acid on the dude's face. I thought that was pretty cool.
Apparently, he turned into a face sucker from Aliens.
Yeah, and
evidently,
this was shitty makeup also, because I bet the main actor just had acne. And they're like, well, we'll just have a zombie spit acid up on you, and then when you peel this away, when we see you later, that'll explain why you have this horrible scar on your face.
Oh man,
that's actually funny that you brought that up, because the guy that played Rudy, he got his hand was like really badly burnt. Like I think it was like it said the second day of shooting.
Yeah.
So they had to add in a scene where he gets his hand injured on the dock there.
Yeah.
Where his hand goes through the nail.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the nail goes through his hand.
Falls down and nail goes.
Yeah,
through
and
his hand.
a nail goes through his hand. Even though they never showed him like bandaging it up or anything. And before that, there was a couple shots where you see him wearing gloves and there's like bandages underneath that, and then the gloves disappear and then the gloves reappear and back and forth. So they had to put that in there just to show why he's bandaged up.
Out of any scene that sparked any type of emotion from me, I think it was at least that scene, seeing like a nail go through the guy's hand. I'm like, ooh, But it wasn't that bad. It was just kind of like, when somebody gets a paper cut and you're like, ooh, yeah, that's got to hurt.
He reacted more like he just stubbed his toe, and then he got up and he was like, walking fine.
Yeah,
it was shooting fine.
Yeah, it was not.
No.
He did not show the signs of having a fucking rusty nail go through his hand.
And no one ever bandaged it up. They never showed him bandage. They were just like, that's why he has a bandage on it. Let's go.
Like,
even though he wore gloves on pretty much the whole entire movie, I don't know why they just said, have him fucking wear gloves.
Well, put this glove on. You'll be scratching your ass in no time. Don't worry. Keep on going.
Well, when you're running away from zombies, you don't have time to explain why your hand's bandaged up.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I missed something. I don't know, but on in the I guess it's considered the first big fight scene out in the water in the boat and all that. After everyone kills all the zombies, all that first that group, that main group, is out there on shore. Inside of the boat.
Yeah.
Why the fuck didn't they just get on the boat and leave?
Well, because
why did they? Why did they go?
Make a very good
movie. Let's take all these guns that Captain Kirk is apparently smuggling onto this island, but has never been attacked before, and go kill us some zombies.
This movie was written.
It makes no sense.
This movie was written by a fucking third grader, man.
It makes no fucking sense. If anything, destroy the boat. Do something to the boat to give you a reason of why you're still on the fucking island.
He's have Clint Howard running into some fucking rocks.
It is. Dude.
No, you guys, sorry.
Do something with it because that makes no fucking sense. You're looking at the goddamn boat and you're like, oh, escape.
At least
or death.
At least fucking say the motor went out or something.
Yeah, do something.
Why do we get on the boat? Oh, I can't. Motor's out.
Yeah,
shit.
At least,
can't swim. They explained.
Damn it. They explained why they couldn't go to the Coast Guard's boat. They explained what happened with that.
Yeah, but they never showed it.
They never showed it. They just said, "Oh, I can't get in contact with the other guy, and the boat's destroyed."
Yeah.
Which how did she know that the boat was destroyed if it's clearly on the other side of the goddamn island? But they're looking at the fucking boat. Get on it. Yeah. The zombies are gone. Just get on it and go. Live your life.
See, that was you're bringing up something that was one of the things when I watched this the first time that really, really, really ticked me off was the fact that the first half of the movie, zombies, I don't like them. We have to run away.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, fucking Rambo.
Yeah.
When did they become good shots like that?
As soon as they get a hand on a fucking gun, they're like, all right, I'm a badass now.
Yep.
Yeah. It seriously. It went to.
I'm gonna use karate to fight these zombies.
They seriously turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of Predator.
They turned into every single fucking 80s cliche that could possibly fucking happen. Like, we're gonna fucking use karate to fight these people. So.
Well, the only person that used karate was the Asian chick.
Yeah,
she was the only one that used any type of karate, and that was the other thing. When she gets attacked, they're all. In the yard of the little tiny house of the dead.
Yeah, that was a really tiny house.
Yeah, it was a very, very, very tiny house of the dead. They were all out there in this big, huge, battle that's going on, and they have each other's backs pretty well. They're guarding each other and helping each other out, and they did not stop firing their guns or attacking at all. But then the Asian chick gets attacked, and they all stop and look. They don't jump to help her or do anything like that. They just stop and watch. And the Asian chick's just like, help! What? Just do something. They're like,
they're eating me.
No, let's not.
They don't even no. They're just they just look.
They had a flashback or something that didn't even make any sense.
They started doing a flashback.
There's so much shit that was stupid.
They got to the end of the fight scene, and what it looked like was Uwe Boll came inside of the editing room and was like, no, this needs to be a lot longer. And the editor had no idea what the fuck to do, so he just replayed the whole entire fight scene
some random video game
backwards in fast speed
for way too long. And then he started doing overlays of game footage and fight footage that just started strobing, and for what effect? Nothing. Well, I'll tell you what effect it was.
What, to fuck the audience over more?
No, I had a seizure.
Okay, apparently.
That's what happens when you stare flashy video game footage for too long.
Yeah.
I don't
Seizure.
know.
Yeah. Is there any other like I feel like we've just been talking so much. We don't really have any like. We have had a few sound bites. A couple of them were video game sound effects. And,
You want another
and
one?
Captain
I can
Kirk
give you
was
another
talking
video
about-
game soundbite if you want.
I want something from the movie. Do we have any? Just pick like a random thing from the movie. Anything. I know that we
right.
we loaded it up.
Here we go. Soundbite. Oh, sorry, that was from a video game. Here we go. Soundbite.
I want to give this to you.
What's this for?
It's for your protection.
It's okay. I'm on the pill.
All right.
I'm not even going to comment on that soundbite. I'm just going to fucking just keep on going.
Maybe the problem with this movie is, that just the glaring technical follies just sort of, overwhelm whatever bad writing there might have been. I should say is in this movie. So
yeah,
it's funny. Like when you see like a really fucking good movie, like I don't know, like Social Network or something. Like everything is fucking good, and then you watch this and just
everything is fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a lot of shots where the zombies were jumping. I don't know. At some point, the zombies went from like, the lurkers, the stalker type of zombies, to the slow walking zombies, to the running zombies, to the monkeys from Planet of the Apes. They're jumping all over the fucking place.
To the Putty Patrol.
To the Putty Patrol, and then they became like smart, and they started like gathering all the dead bodies and bringing them back to get reanimated.
Using weapons.
They're using weapons. It wasn't very consistent. It was just like, are they really zombies? Are they undead? Are they people in really bad costumes?
Well, I mean, there was
they were people in really bad.
There was
costumes.
the normal zombies, and then there was the conquistadors.
Zombies.
Yeah, there were zombies that had like conquistador outfits, which I guess they were zombies from.
Which doesn't make them any less crappy.
They were these were zombies with style.
Yeah, but
there were a lot of axes on that island too.
All the stunts that they did on there, though, like whenever they would jump in the air, you would always see the springboard that they would use. The one scene right before the fight starts when our group is firing off their guns in slow motion and the camera's dolling back. You see the fucking track.
Yeah.
You see the track.
I didn't notice that. You had to say something before I noticed it.
It's the fucking track. And so there's multiple times where you see various camera crew, camera equipment, stunt gear, all that stuff. It's ridiculous that it actually made it to print.
Just the fact that they didn't accidentally put some associate of theirs in the background accidentally just waving at the camera. Hello, I'm in a movie. Hi.
It's some PA over at craft service.
Well, look at that. If you look back on the rave scene, there was one part where I remember I was looking at the rave scene and like there's some chick like on the side. She's just kind of like walking around. I'm like,
probably
she's not dancing or anything. I'm like, I don't think she was supposed to be there.
No.
There was one unintentionally funny moment in this film for me, and it was a little bit. It was near the end.
Was it the zombie that was trying to rape the Asian chick underwater?
No.
Oh yeah,
that was again for like rip tracks.
so
many opportunities for like, funny shit. But the unintentionally funny part that I'm thinking of was near the end of the film where the main cop chick, they're fighting some zombies to get into this little house of the dead, and they can't get in, so they run around to a window to fucking get in. And guy number one gets in, Rudolph, I guess, and then the other chick, I forget her name. I'll just call her Lindsay Lohan. I don't know. Lindsay Lohan goes in through the window. Yeah, I don't know why I'm calling her that. She didn't even look like Lindsay Lohan.
No, she didn't.
She looked like the chick from Star Trek to me. I think the Next Generation, the one that was in like season 1 and 2, and then left. The blonde one.
Oh, the short-haired one.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know who she was, but she looked like her to me. Anyway, so she's going in through this window. Guy number one grabs her. Pulls her in the rest of the way. Well, what fucking happens? Her little piggy toes are hanging out the back end of the window, and the zombies run up and start gnawing on her fucking legs.
One of them was like hacking at her with an axe.
Yeah, and they're gnawing at her legs. She's like, "Ow! Oh no! Ah.
Oh my god!"
Guy number one pulls her through. no fucking legs left on her. They just like ate her fucking legs, but they were like exact
they were perfectly cut off.
Yeah, it looks like she got like sliced by like a lightsaber because the wounds are like cauterized.
There's no blood.
There's no blood. There's a little fucking tiny bit of blood, like
and you could tell that they put that in post. That wasn't actually there on set.
And then she just dies, and Rudy's like, "You saved us."
He covers it up with like a potato sack. And,
you saved us. Fucking carries on.
You saved us.
There's yeah. I'm gonna go find some food in here, you know, while everybody else is out front, fucking like dying and shooting zombies.
The stupid blood effects. Like, I don't think there were any real blood effects.
Casper,
and her partner that you never saw until the end really was Maverick.
Yeah,
I thought that was
so Ghost and Maverick.
Ghost and Maverick.
Ooh. Top Gun. There's a ghost in Top Gun.
No.
Yeah, there was.
No,
it was Goose.
Yes,
Goose. Yeah, Goose, same thing.
Well, he did become a ghost later on.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's sad.
Yeah,
he went through the cockpit. Can we wrap up this?
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I want to close this out with the monologue, the voiceover at the end.
Okay.
This is what he decided to wrap the whole movie up with.
Yeah.
This is what he this is what he decided to wrap the movie up with. Soundbite.
I feel guilty because of what happened. It was a nightmare. So many dead, so many victims, and people that were my friends. And now we go home. Me and Alicia, or whatever she is now, whatever I've created. God ain't love a bitch. Is this the end? Only the beginning.
That shit didn't make any sense.
No. I
thought there was good. I thought, if anything, because at the end of that sentence, I thought they were gonna like pan to like the cityscape, and there was a zombie walking down an alley somewhere. Something like that.
Something. Do it like
House of the Dead is out.
Resident Evil-esque type.
It was 28 days later. It got broken out, or some shit like that. You know,
that'd require effort.
Yeah, it's just like
instead of a campground.
Yes, because with that monologue, what was going on? The visual of it is again he's using his aerial shot over water, and then you see the landscape of the city. And that's how it ends. And that's how the movie ends. I guess it's supposed to be Seattle. I don't know. It said earlier that they wanted to go back to Seattle. But yeah, that's how the whole fucking movie ends. And apparently, Rudy gave what was it, Alyssa? Was that her name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, the other chick. The one that everyone wanted to see topless,
but never did. Yeah.
That was a big disappointment.
Yes, it was.
But it's funny. Every time she was in a scene and she bent over somewhere, like nobody paid attention to what the fuck was going on.
We're just like,
we all just do that lean forward.
Might be a boob. My boob might pop out. Oh, yes. It popped out. Like,
she's like the
even when she died, like because her top got cut, we're like, oh, the boob might pop out there.
Yes, she was stabbed by the antagonist. What was his name? It was
Darth Sidious.
It wasn't Darth Sidious.
Good.
It was. I have it written.
Flow through you.
I have it written down here somewhere. Where is it? It was
Bobbin Threadbare.
Castiglione. Castiglione.
Sounds good to me.
Castiglione.
Why not? Spanish guy.
Yeah, Spanish guy. He stabbed her through the heart, and apparently, in some part where we didn't see, Rudy gave her some of the blood that was keeping all of these zombies alive, or Castiglione alive. And,
is that what happened?
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
That's a great
I
idea.
guess that's what it's supposed to be, because he said, she's alive, or whatever she is. I created this creature or something.
I did kind of like how she stomped the guy's head and like squished his brains out of his skull, like to kill him.
I like how she became like an expert swords with the sword, and this guy was supposed to be a conquistador, expert with the sword, had many, many, many years, but he couldn't beat her.
No.
Well, when you're that old, arthritis starts setting in. You start going a little loopy.
What the fuck? In the
coordination isn't quite what it used to be.
And in the scene where you see him in the flashback scenes where he's being hung. And he comes back to life and he starts talking perfectly while he's being hung.
Man, he's Vigo.
You can't fucking do that.
Fucking Vigo the Carpathian.
You can't fucking.
You can't kill him.
You can't. Okay, I know. I understand. I understand that he is. He's
Mood
immortal.
slime.
River slime,
Yes.
man. River slime.
But it's just physically impossible to talk when you're being hung like that.
hey,
You're
Vigo the
choking it off.
Carpathian did it.
You can't get any air out.
Vigo was drawn, quartered, cut, smashed, murdered, lynched, hung, and he still was able to say, "Death is but a doorway."
But he didn't do it while he didn't do it.
I will return. I think that was his line.
He didn't do it while he was being hung.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
was Vigo.
Dude, what was will be, what is will be.
There you
go.
Yeah, there we go.
We've talked about like more movies like outside of this than.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about cool movies to get
to get
this palette.
It's called using the good stuff to get through the bad.
Yeah. Overall, this movie was shit.
Yep.
Overall, this movie was just a typical Uwe Boll film. Yes. So
Giant pile of monkey fuck.
Yes, exactly.
This was worse than Postal for me.
Really?
Really? See, this was bad. Wow.
Well, let's do this. We're wrapping it up, so let's do our final thoughts on this film. Scott, since you've been gone for 3 weeks, we'll let you go first.
I hate this movie. The movie blows. I hated it the first time. I don't know why I decided to go and offer it up to watch it again. Still sucks. I hate everything about this movie except for the boobs. The boobs were fantastic.
Yeah.
Other than that, it sucked.
Boobs were nice.
Hate it.
Man of many words. So what would you rate this?
I'm going to give this like an 8.
An 8?
Yep. I'm even going to give it an 8.5 just because the one chick I wanted to see naked didn't get naked.
Good reasoning.
Very good reasoning. Very, very good reasoning.
8.5 stinky piles of donkey do. Zombie stinky piles of donkey do. As far as the eye can see off on the horizon, nothing but stinky piles of donkey do. God. I hate this play. This stupid movie.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Nick? What do you think?
This movie fucking blew. It blew. This movie fucking blew. You know what this movie did? It sucked. This movie sucked and blew. It was a weird thing. 9.
9?
I'm giving it a 9.
You're giving it a 9?
Bad. Oh god. Maybe it's because I've been up all day. I don't know. It's 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9.
No. 9. Yeah, I agree with both of you. This movie did suck. It had a lot of... I think it had more flaws than it had good parts in this film. There were some interesting effects if it was a student project or an independent project.
I think I could only consider this movie to be somewhat decent. Even remote, this movie was shit. Only the way I could consider it to be bad and not shit would be if this was like a fan-made film. Like something that never had any fucking clue on movie making and he went out and made it. I'd be like, it's still bad, but this, god damn it. Just, fuck.
Yeah, it's if you want to experience truly bad movie making, just go and watch this.
Shit.
Don't buy it because you'll encourage them to make more.
Can I give my review?
No.
Okay.
All right, go give your review.
Like I said, yeah, this movie was shit. But as a Uwe Boll movie, knowing what he does, knowing his work, and how crappy it is, I would have to say that this is probably one of the lesser of the evils. It's not as bad as Postal. Postal was just utter shit from first frame to fade to black.
I enjoyed Postal more because I got more laughs out of Postal than I did anything out of this.
But this at least had some entertaining value with the fights. I mean, granted, it looked like crap, but like you said, if this was a fan-made film or if this was a student film, it would be top notch for what it is.
Well,
but with his budget and with his track record of this isn't maybe his first film. I mean, he's done plenty of films beforehand, and he's made plenty afterwards. This would probably be in the top of his filmography. But I still would give this a 9. I wouldn't.
So
I don't want to watch
8.5, 9, 9.
8.5, 9.
I think this might be the worst movie.
Well, I did
today.
give Postal an 11.
Yeah, but Postal was awful.
But I gave it like a 6, though. I think, as I remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Oh.
I think this is I think this is the worst movie
so far. You know, Uwe Boll has
No.
reigned supreme over shitty movie maker.
I still think I would much rather watch this movie again than Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4.
Yeah. I'd rather not watch any of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the good news about this, we don't have to. Woo!
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that being said, next week, since Scott's back, we're going to get back into the rotation. So that was your pick. I picked the Spear last week, so I guess it's just fair for you, Nick.
It's me again?
Yeah.
I think that'll be my last one before I go out of town, too, I think.
Yeah, it will be. So that's perfect.
Ooh. I don't know. I gotta see what we can do, but I'm thinking maybe we will visit the Brothers Mario. Maybe.
Really?
Thinking about
has the sound bites, the video game sound bites, kind of inspired you to do that?
Maybe.
I think they might have.
That would be. I would like that.
Maybe.
That would be fun.
I don't know, we'll see. I got
be refreshing.
I got a guest reviewer
because we've all
butt.
seen it before. So
I got a guest reviewer on my butt that's been wanting to do this one with us. So I might make some calls.
So that means we're not going to do it with him.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Like we've always done.
Thinking we might do the Brothers Mario.
Okay,
maybe.
All right.
That would be. I actually like that movie.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting.
I like it knowing that it's crap, but I just like it because it's entertaining.
It'll be funny. It'll be neat to see what happens. Will this be kind of like the Street Fighter-esque, where it's so bad but you keep going back for more?
Yeah, that's
Or
exactly
is
what it
just
is. It
gonna
falls in
be,
that category.
This is so bad that you just cry.
And it's another video game or movie based off of a video game.
Yeah, we're kind of I'm kind of leery to go another video game movie like 2 weeks in a row, but. I don't know. Hey, I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so why not go out on a Super Mario Brothers? Why not
go out in a blaze of glory until you come back?
Maybe we'll just do a whole series of video game movies. I'll try and dig up Alone in the Dark.
Oh, good lord! That's another one of his, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's not. Let's hold off. Let's go at least 2 full cycles before we go back to Uwe Boll.
Okay, fine.
Was Uwe Boll? He did Alone in the Dark also?
Yes.
I don't know if I can take another Uwe Boll movie.
I can't do it. But yeah, it's okay. So that's it. That's the Movie Dump podcast for this week. Thanks for listening. Remember to listen next week.
Can I have a special request for the song?
What?
As we play it out.
What?
Can I just play it right now?
You can start playing it right now.
You want to?
Here we go. I'm gonna play it right now.
Okay.
I fucking love this song. This song's awesome.
Yes. And with that playing, I am Ben.
Nick.
And I am Scott Schaffschützen.
Enjoy this lovely tune.
Yes. Have a good week.
Good night.
Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? To hug the mountain. To envelop that mountain will hug the mountain. To envelop that mountain will hug the mountain. That mountain. He wants to make love to the mountain.